Okay, guys, good morning to everyone. I have already told you yesterday there is a current news, there is an ongoing event related to the Maggie. Okay, there is a great hue and cry related to the Maggie, but I have already told you how you have to view, how you have to examine this matter. We have not to see what is the Maggie, which company produces it, etc. and etc. Okay, then our duty is what? Our duty is to see or examine the related phenomenon, the happenings that are going beyond the Maggie incident. Such noticeable incident is that the relation of celebrity to the Maggie. Okay, the advertisement given by celebrities like Amitabh Bachchan, Preity Zinta for Maggie. Okay, the thing is that now Maggie has been banned. Okay, it has been found very harmful elements in Maggie. But the now thing is that the persons, the celebrities who are ambassador for the promotion of Maggie, will they be responsible or not? Okay, in general point of view, they should be responsible. First thing is that they were paid. They were paid crore of rupees for their advertisement. Their voice has been used commercially for the promotion of the Maggie. And people, most of the people, sometimes we all know that influence is one of the main factors. Okay, from psychological point of view. Okay, this is the another thing when celebrities advertise. Okay, people generally attracted towards such kind of things. First thing is that they were paid for promotion. Okay, that's why they were integrally related with the Maggie industry. Another thing is that they have the celebrities have psychological influence on the people. That's why the attraction of people towards the Maggie. Okay, in this way, two ways celebrities are responsible for this incident. But what does the law say? Nothing can be done unless and until the law specify this thing. Okay, in this case, unclarity appears. Okay, the thing is that the section 24 and section 53 of the Food Safety and Authority of India deals with the provision of advertisement. Okay, and it also specifies who will be responsible if this kind of foods are adulterated. Okay, what should be the provisions? Okay, what kind of advertisements it carries? Okay, what are the different terms of advertisement? Okay, what are the different provisions of advertisement? Section 24 and section 24 and section 53 of the Food Safety Authority of India deals with the term advertisement, this provision. But the thing is that now we're in this provision, the word ambassador is clearly mentioned. Okay, that's why it creates a dilemma that whether the celebrity will be responsible to this or not. Okay, nothing. It is very difficult to say at this moment because it will be judiciary who will interpret the law. It will be dependent on the decision, on the verdict of the judiciary when the verdict will come. That whether the section 24 or section 24 and section 53 of the Food Safety Authority of India Act 2003 encompasses the word ambassador or not. Okay, that's why now you have to prepare, but you have to prepare. We can't wait to come the verdict. Okay, we have to prepare from our side. That is why the thing is that who is part of your syllabus this article covers. One is that food processing industry. Okay, it is a topic in your syllabus GS3. Okay, food processing industry and related matters. It will relate this Maggie phenomenon, this Maggie happening. Okay, then another thing is that in GS2, government policies and intervention for development in various sectors and issues arising out of their design and implementation. The Food Safety Authority of India Act was actually enacted for the benefit of the people, for in keeping view of public health. Okay. It is a government policy, government act. Okay, and the issue arises out of this act because the act has not been able to clarify the liability of the ambassador. Okay, it is in this way the article is related to this topic. Okay, then another thing is that issues relating to development and management of social sector services relating to health. Okay, it is another topic of GS2 relating to health. Okay, the impact of Maggie and its health. Okay, and what are the provisions of law, especially Food Safety and Authority of India Act, to ensure public health? Okay, this is another question. In this way, this article relates 3 topics, 2 topics from GS2 and 1 topic from GS3. I hope you will prepare notes applying your analytical power and thinking power. Okay, but just be always remember that while preparing your notes, be remembered that you should be always balanced. Okay, you cannot totally blame the Food Safety or Authority of India law that it has not been able to clarify. Okay, you should be in the middle point. Okay, and if you also criticize government, and even if you criticize maybe company also, then you have to be very balanced answer. Okay, whenever you prepare notes in this regard, mind that don't be one-sided. Okay, don't totally blame the law, food safety law, that why it has not been clarified. Okay, you should that you can say that the law changes along with the time. Okay, it actually responds to the new situation. Okay, that is why the judiciary, the decision will be dependent upon the judiciary whether these provisions 24 and 52 of the Food Safety and Authority of India will encompass ambassador or not. But you cannot also totally exonerate the ambassador also. Okay, because you have to be both sided. I already told you, you cannot totally blame ambassadors also, you cannot totally exonerate also, you cannot totally blame food safety law also, and you cannot totally blame exonerate food safety law also, and you cannot totally blame government also. Okay, in this way, balancing all the factors, you have to prepare your notes. Okay. Okay, another important news in today's Hindu is an appropriate appointment. Okay, this article is very important, and it has actually questioned the recent Chief Justice of India, Justice Sathasivam. It is a very important issue at present scenario. After retirement, Justice Sathasivam has been appointed as the chairman of National Human Rights Commission. Till this moment, all are okay. Okay, but a problem arises when he has been appointed as a governor. The problem arises whether it is valid or whether it is valid or not. Whether a Chief Justice of India after retirement can be appointed as a governor or not. The thing is that Chief Justice is the protector of justice in India. Okay, he is the most impartial person. Okay, being ignoring about all the political status, all the political powers, Chief Justice generally gives the verdict, gives judgment to society. Okay, who is generally regarded as a law. Okay, on the basis of his judgment, the justice system of India depends. Okay, he is the protector and he is the symbol of Indian justice. He has been appointed as a chairman of National Human Rights Commission till this moment. Okay, but the governor, the position of governor is also a constitutional body, no doubt. Okay, but the thing is that when a Chief Justice of India, Chief Justice has been appointed as a governor, okay, whether the validity, okay, whether the dignity of Indian judiciary will be remain intact or not. Why? Because governor is generally appointed by a political body. Okay, governor is generally appointed by a political body. On the other hand, Chief Justice is a totally constitutional body. Okay, governor generally acts as an agent of the center. Okay, he always works under the direction of the governor. On the other hand, Chief Justice of India actually works impartially, dependent totally on the provisions of law in Indian Constitution. The problem is that if a Chief Justice of India after retirement is appointed as any office who is generally directed by the political body, appointed by the political body, then the thing is that the value and dignity of judiciary will be degraded. It is the main essence of the article, because people will question. Okay, people will question some judgment. People will question his status. Okay, even if Chief Justice exonerate any political person, any convicted political person during his lifetime, then people will think that there might be a nexus between the chief justice of the and politics in the country. Okay, and this nexus as visible in front of the people is not a good sign or not good beneficial to the healthy democracy of India. Okay, that is why the article says that the appointment of chief justice to a body, appointment of chief justice of India to a body, to any post appointed by political party or whose appointment who works under the direction of political party is not a healthy sign of Indian democracy. Okay. Now the question might arise that do you think that the appointment of chief justice to any post which works under political pressure or political control is justifiable or not? Okay, but mind that while you write the answer, you also cannot be one-sided. Okay, though it is not good that a chief justice though it is not good that a chief justice, when a chief justice is appointed as a governor, it is not good, or it is not actually good for the democracy of India. It portrays a unhealthy nexus between politics and justice. But you also cannot totally put your angriness or totally criticize the chief justice. Okay, yes, you can criticize the chief justice of India, or you can say that it is not a healthy sign to the judiciary. Okay, but you cannot totally one-sided. Okay, and while criticizing the Indian judiciary, be always impartial. Don't mention the name of any chief justice in your answer. Don't directly say that it is not good that chief justice is involved here, there. Okay, don't use any such kind of sentence in your word. Don't mention the name of chief justice. Okay, don't totally criticize the judiciary. Even though criticize, you should also use tactical and formative language. Okay, reformed language. Okay, in this article actually brings out a very major issue. Okay, the relationship between judiciary and politics. Okay, the appointment of judicial person in other post who works under political direction. Okay, just think, analyze, and try to prepare notes. Okay. An important news in today's Hindu: painting a hazardous picture. The article gives us an information that in enamel painting, lead is found, L-E-A-D, lead is found in much more higher level than the approved level. Okay, it is a very dangerous news, and it is very dangerous to our body, because we all know how much lead can be dangerous to our body. Okay, then your first duty is you have to find out that what is lead and what is the hazardous impact of lead in human body. Okay, it is your duty how lead can affect our body and what are the harmful effect. Okay, as coming into touch with lead or lead. Okay, then another key term the article mentions is Bureau of Indian Standard. Then what is Bureau of Indian Standard? It is established under the Indian Standard Act 1986. It works under Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. Okay, it generally provides certificate to all the products and services produced in India. Okay, it determines the standard of India, and it represents the standard of Indian commodities, products, services outside India. Okay, it is actually connected with many prominent international organizations. Okay, it is the linchpin of standard of Indian products and services. Okay, here the thing is that what should be the role of, what should be the duty of Bureau of Indian Standard in this case? Okay, how Bureau of Indian Standard should determine the level of enamel painting which bears much more lead. Okay, what should be the duty of Bureau of Indian Standard? Okay, then how they should work. Okay, it is one of the another thing that you have to find out from the article. You all know it is related to science and technology and GS3. And one thing is that statutory body. Okay, statutory body is a prominent statutory body is a topic for your syllabus. Okay, both from pre and mains point of view, the statutory body are important. Okay, mind that I have told you many statutory body till this moment in my previous analysis also. Okay, so note down these statutory bodies. Okay, whether it is Bureau of Indian Standard, okay, whether it is anything else, but note down, see the functions of them carefully. Okay, you might face MCQ in prelims from this statutory body. Okay, and another important news is Hindu, Ganga will be pollution free by October 2016. Ganga will be pollution free by October 2016. Here you have to know some key terms. Okay, the first thing is that interlinking river project Ken-Betwa will be finished within a year in the country. Here you have to find out what is interlinking river project, what is its impact, what is its mechanism, what can be the dispute problem. Is there any problem of dispute throughout interlinking river project in future? What are the machinery? Okay, in this way you have to find out these terms. And another thing is that clean Ganga. It is a very burning topic and it is very important both from pre and mains point of view. Mind that sometimes UPSC asks old questions also. In case of Ganga, you see first Ganga clean project. Ganga Action Plan was initiated in 1986 by the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. From that moment, Ganga Action Plan in 1986 till this moment, from that 1986 till now, there are lots of schemes related to Ganga clean have been initiated. Try to keep a bird's eye view on all those schemes. And recently, Centre has initiated another scheme for cleaning Ganga. It is called Namami Ganga. NAMAMI, Namami Ganga. Term is important, key term is important, and in case of mains answer writing, if you use this term, then you will fetch good mark. Another important term along with Namami Ganga is Ganga Eco Task Force. Ganga Eco Task Force. It is a 4-battalion army that will implement the Clean Ganga plan of the Centre, and it will keep strict view on the implementation of Clean Ganga. Okay, Ganga Eco Task Force. Okay, these terms are very important. Mind this. Okay. And another important is this Namami Ganga project will be implemented by National Mission for Clean Ganga. Term is important, National Mission for Clean Ganga. Okay. So from this article, what we have to decipher that interlinking river project, first interlinking river project in India is Ken-Betwa. First Ganga Action, plan related to Ganga was the Ganga Action Plan in 1986. Recent term for recent scheme for cleaning Ganga is Namami Ganga. Okay, the other terms related to Namami Ganga is National Ganga Eco Task Force, and this scheme will be implemented by National Mission for Clean Ganga. Generally, it is related to GS3, but it will help you in both pre and mains. An important news in today's Hindu: half of mammals face habitat loss. Zoological Survey of India. A book published by Zoological Survey of India has listed some mammals and which are endangered, which they classify as critically endangered. Some of them they classify as lesser known, about which people know very less. Not only people, other researchers, zoologists also know very less, and other some they classify as extinct. These three categories: lesser known, critically endangered, and extinct. Okay, these three categories are very important. It is very important from their prelims point of view. Okay, you just note down the name of every category, name of mammals that listed under every category, and try to remember them and try to find out them where they are found, why they were extinct actually. Okay, like in case of in the category of extinct, they have listed cheetah, bentek, Sumerian rhinoceros, Java rhinoceros. Okay, in the category of lesser known, they have classified, they have listed snow leopard, clouded leopard, gaur, desert cat, Nilgiri tahr, swamp deer, sloth bear, and Tibetan sand fox. Okay, and under critically endangered category, they have included pygmy hawk, Malabar civet, large rock rat, and Kondana rat. Okay, these are very important. Write down the names of write down the names that comes under every category and try to find out why they were extinct and where they are found in India. Okay, and some another key terms. Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Okay, try to find out what is Wildlife Protection Act. Okay, the another term is IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. What is this? Okay, try to find out and prepare a very short note. This is very important from prelims point of view. I think in my consideration these are important news for today in Hindu newspaper. Okay, I will come again. Until then, take care. Bye bye, and don't forget to give your comment in the comment box.